Welcome, I'm Kamura Tetsuo and you're watching Death Counts, and it's been a while since my last Dragon Ball FighterZ video where pretty much I talked about the possibility of new characters, Piccon and Spice, being added to the main roster of the game, or to the game in general. We definitely got a couple of new characters announced a few days ago on Japan's new V-Jump magazine. Nappa accompanied with the Cybermen as unique assists, and Captain Ginyu with the rest of the Ginyu Force being Captain Ginyu's unique assists, much like Nappa and the Cybermen. Now, that news is a few days old already. What I wanted to talk to you, or show you more specifically, is the new HD in-game photos of Nappa and Captain Ginyu in action. So let's take a look at that right now. Nappa is most famous for his technique Exploding Wave. As you can see in these few pics, he definitely will have this move as a special move. Exploding Wave, however, is not exclusive to Nappa. It has been used by others with slight variation changes alongside different names, of course, like for example Majin Buu's Angry Explosion, which he also used to level entire cities, much like Nappa in the anime. So in this pic you see Nappa using a unique attack that will bring in a Cyberman assist to do a ranged physical aerial high attack. Just what it looks like. I'm sure this counts as an overhead attack, meaning if you're crouch blocking and the specific Cyberman comes in with his aerial high attack, he will absolutely hit you. And by the looks of Yancha here, it looks like this specific Cyberman attack will also put you in a staggering state, meaning Nappa could easily hit you with a devastating high damaged mouth beam, which is the attack he is doing on this picture. I'm sure you'll be able to command Nappa to send out different attacks with the Cybermen, so I would not be surprised if you have the Cybermen self-destruct move. I wouldn't worry too much about the self-destruct move, unless you were playing Yancha, then just be a little careful.
We worked ourselves half to death with our training, so I know that as long as we stick together, we'll take on these Saiyans, and we will win!
All jokes aside for now though, I'm assuming Nappa is going to be extremely slow, possibly the slowest character in the game, which is why he is going to have a very high damaging attack, like his mouth beam, Exploding Wave, and utilizing the Cybermen as a zoning tool, aka keep away. It's hard to tell just by the pictures, so I can't say for sure how the Cybermen will be utilized, but I wouldn't surprise me if they're used for zoning. All I do know is that the Cyberman named Vegeta Jr. will not be in the game.
And that one's Snuggle, and that one's Fufu, and that one's Cabbage Head, and that one's Other Cabbage Head, and that one's Vegeta Jr. Vegeta Jr., no!
Oh, and there's one more thing I want to point out before we move on into the Captain Ginyu section of this video. If you take a look at Yancha here, you can see that Arc System Works, which is the developers of Dragon Ball FighterZ, actually implemented character damage in the game. This is great news. I was a little worried there was not going to be character damage in this game, since their last game, Guilty Gear Xrd, did not have it originally. Character damage was later implemented on the update for the game, which it turned it into Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator. So I figured the same might happen here. That is not going to be the case, however. So hooray for character damage. Now on to Captain Ginyu. The best possible thing they could have done for the Ginyu Force was to put Recoome, Birder, Jace, and Guldo as unique assists all under your control while you're controlling Ginyu. I'm pretty sure you will control the Ginyu Force much like Nappa and Cybermen. Now I know we all have our favorite Ginyu Force character, member, but in all honesty, I feel like the Ginyu Force is a lot better when they're together because, they rule.
Ginyu Force rules! Ginyu Force rules! Ginyu Force rules!
Looking at these pics, you can see Ginyu doing a specific pose that we'll call in Recoome, for instance, where he will charge up and then instantly disperse his ki into an explosion that seems like it covers everything in front of Recoome. I'm going to assume that you have two options to deal with this. You will need to either respect Recoome and block his attack, or at the cost of 1 bar, use your after image technique in order to get behind Ginyu, because it looks like you're safe behind him. And I'm sure since Ginyu has a long recovery time for every pose he does, he'll be sitting there like a frog. I mean, a duck. Fortunately for you, Raccoon and all the other Ginyu Force members don't count as assists, so you can cover yourself like crazy with your other 2 team members you chose to protect Ginyu when you do these awesome hype poses. Because remember, to be a Ginyu, you must know style. We can see Jace here throws a Ki Blast at you. There is unfortunately no Pics here for Berter and Guldo, but I won't be surprised if Berter comes flying in and does perhaps a low attack, and Guldo would more than likely do his Paralyze move, the one he does on Krillin and Gohan in the anime. Last and not least, Ginyu himself will have his Change Now Body Swap move. It is a fact that this move will actually body swap you with your opponent's health as well. Pretty much like the anime. I don't know how much meter this move will cost. I don't know if it's going to act like a beam attack or if it's going to be a command grab to then initiate a cutscene where he shoots the beam. It's hard to say. All I can say is that the move might be banned from competition play, tournament play, if it's not balanced correctly. I personally like that this move is in the game because it is a Ginyu trademark. But on the other hand, yeah, this could be abused if not done right. That's all I really wanted to show you all and talk about in this video. There was many more story mode pictures released as well, but I didn't look too much into these since I actually want to be surprised and spoiler free from this point on in terms of story mode. And on this note, I will actually end this video. Hit that thumbs up if you really did like this video. I personally enjoy making these Dragon Ball videos, talking about Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I wouldn't mind actually doing a few lore videos about some of the characters or some of the history of Dragon Ball, but I'm sure there's videos out there already like that, so I'm still not sure if I'm gonna do that myself. But you know, I enjoy talking about Dragon Ball with all of you, mainly because it is my childhood anime. I grew up watching it and I really do enjoy it. I'm not an expert at it, but I enjoy it. Oh, and before I forget, this is a Let's Talk, so I would like to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments if you wish to share them. You don't have to, of course, but how do you feel about Ginyu? How do you feel about Nappa being in the game? Do you like their inclusion in this game as the main roster, or would you have rather preferred them to be like future, way down in the line, maybe like after the game's been out for a whole year, you know, as DLC expansion characters? Or do you feel like they're just a waste of space? You know, I know some of you out there don't like the lower powered characters, even though like I feel like power level isn't really a big thing anymore, or it hasn't been a thing anymore in Dragon Ball, really. I haven't been kept up with the Super, so I don't know if they brought that power level thing back, but in my own opinion, I feel like it's not about the power level, it's about the technique. Because you have characters like Yamcha, you have characters like Tien, which, yeah, of course, you know, their power level isn't going to be high, but that doesn't matter. They're still pretty good fighters because they have good techniques, and the techniques is what matters. But of course, you know, that is again my own personal opinion. What's yours? What do you feel? So now I'm officially going to end it on that note. I'm Kamaro Tetsuo, and you just watched the death count video, and like always, rock on.